Hi guys, I'm Jess. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be reviewing the new Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer, and I am in the shade 02 Butter Biscuit. So if you are curious how this looks on more fair skin, I am somebody with a more fair, neutral, cool skin type. If you're wanting to know if it's warm on us fair people, I've got you covered. I'm also going to compare it to two other cream bronzers right here. So you can kind of compare and see if you have one of these, what it looks like. And then I will be doing an all-day wear test to let you know what it looks like. So if you are interested in that, then just keep on watching. All right, guys, so before we go into application, I just kind of want to go over the general information about the product first. It does come in this super cute packaging, cardboard packaging. Love it. And then you can kind of see the color and name on the top there. Very nice. And then the inside component is absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, it gets fingerprints all over it. This beautiful like gold packaging. I love that it says cream across the front, so it's very easy to know which is which, since the powder bronzer does look very similar. Now I don't have the powder bronzer. That has been on my to get list, and I don't know why I've never made the plunge and bought it, but saw the cream and I was like, I had to have it. And then on the back it does say the shade, which is very nice. And I did get the shade 02 Butta Biscuit. Such a cute name. Her names are always so cute. This is like the lightest bronzer shade. There are 7 shades in all, but the first shade, I believe it's called Amber. It's like a contour color, so I wouldn't call that a bronzer. It's a very greigey contour color. So I did get the bronzer shade just because I'm not somebody who contours on the daily, so I was like, I don't really need that. So this is number 2. This is the lightest bronzer color. There is one, the shade 01 Amber, is before this, but it is actually like a contour color. I wouldn't call that a bronzer, at least not in my opinion. So yeah, as I said, 7 different shades, and obviously being that it's Fenty, great range, somebody very fair like myself to somebody much deeper in skin tone. So I think Fenty just kills it in the shade department. Such a standard for shade ranges in my opinion. So that's amazing. And then, for details, I'm just reading on the Sephora website. It's described as a light as air, non-greasy cream bronzer that effortlessly melts into skin for a natural looking bronze or soft contour. It is vegan, cruelty free, which is amazing. And then for application, it says you can use your fingertips or their face stippling brush. I'm going to apply it with one of my brushes. I did not buy her brushes, even though those have been in my loves list for a long time as well. Yeah, and then it says it's layerable pigment to your desired coverage. So we will see if those are true. So yes, as I said, I did get shade 2 Butta Biscuit, as I am somebody with a very fair, obviously, very fair skin tone. I do have dry skin, so I love cream products. They work very well on my very dry, dehydrated skin. I am leaning more neutral cool. The older I do get, the more neutral I am, but I still do have some of that cool tone in me. So things definitely pull warmer on my skin tone. The more cool you are, the more warm something pulls. So we will see if this is not orange on me. As you can see, I've already been playing with it. I already know my thoughts and opinions on this. I've been playing for about a week with it. So I wanted to give you a very thorough review. So I'm going to show you, I'm not going to use my fingers. I've mentioned this before, but fingers just never, they're not my favorite application for any product, not even cream products. I don't know Some people do it and they love it and everything looks beautiful, but on me, I can never get it blended as much as I want to. So I'm going to use a sponge and a brush. Today, I'm going to be using my dampened Real Techniques sponge and my Real Techniques buffing brush, just a fluffy, rounded, denser brush. We will see how we like it the best. So I am going to do one side with the brush as mentioned and the other side with a sponge. Let's dig into this beauty. Not gonna pick up a ton at first just because I am so fair. And just start pouncing. I don't like to swipe cream products on top of foundation because I do find that it moves your foundation around. So pouncing is generally the best method of application. And as you can see, if you are somebody who's super fair, this shade's going to work for you because very buildable. You're not gonna go in and, whoa, you know, you're going in there with bronzer. You're not going to find that with this product. It goes on very sheer and buildable as the claim describes, which is something, you know, being so fair, I look for. I love when a product is more sheer. So many people are like, oh no, I need the most pigmented thing. Honey, if you are a fair girl, you want it more sheer to buildable, I promise. It makes everything look much more natural. So as you can see, beautiful color tone, matte orange. Thank you, Fenty. But again, things do pull more warm because I do have that hint of coolness to my undertone. So very, very pretty color. So brush works fantastic. Let's go into sponge, and I'm going to use the butt of the sponge. I don't know what you call it, like the bottom, the butt. I always call it the butt of the sponge. Just me. I'm going to like kind of pinch it together and then just pick it up. Do you guys make the weirdest faces when you apply like blush and bronzer? Is it just me? Again, as we can see, starts out very sheer and we're gonna get to buildable. So as we can see with the sponge as well, very beautiful application, not streaky, not gross, just looks like skin. So I would say if you are a sponge person, use a sponge. If you are somebody who prefers brushes, I cannot talk. If you are somebody who prefers brushes, go with a brush. You can't go wrong. Either method of application works great. I would say it takes a little bit longer to build up with a sponge, as everything does with a sponge, because it shears things out. So I'm going to do the rest of my face with my brush. Going to bronze up my forehead because I'm looking very pale. But as you can see, this just looks so natural, like your skin has just been kissed by the sun. There is no orange to it. It is just a very neutral bronzer, which is so very important if you are somebody who is very fair, because so many just pull very warm and orange, and nobody likes to look like an Oompa Loompa, okay? At least I don't want to look like an Oompa Loompa. And we gotta cover up that double chin. Gyms need to open back up anytime now because the summer body is not happening right now. Yeah. All right, so I'm sure you can tell by my excitement how much I absolutely adore this color. As you can see, it's something that looks very natural. It looks like you've actually just gone outside and like gotten sun and your skin tans instead of, you know, turns into a lobster. So this is what I imagine my skin would look like if I tanned. Very nice, very healthy looking. No streaks, it doesn't cling to any of my dryness. It just looks very healthy. I would say it is just slightly tacky, which doesn't bother me. Again, You're gonna find that with majority of cream products. So yeah, I do think it looks absolutely beautiful. Now, that being said, I did not set my face, so I don't know how this layers on top of powder. I never set my cheek part of my area. The only place I set today was with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, just under my eyes and right here in the T-zone. I did not set any of this area. I've never tried it on top of powders. I don't know how it would work on top of powders. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my blush and highlighter. Then I will be back, show you the finished look, let you know what other products are on my face, and then I'll do a little comparison for you. So I will be right back. I'm so weird, you guys. Why do you watch me? I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back with the rest of my makeup on. I did add my cream, well, like liquid, I guess, bronzer and highlight. I am using the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in the shade Pinched. You guys, if you have not tried this, such a beautiful color on fair skin. The Pinched shade, such a beautiful color and formula. I'm obsessed. These are like my favorite liquid cream blushes. Love, and their drugstore prices. So beautiful. And then, you know, opposite end of the spectrum, Charlotte Tilbury, the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I am obsessed with. It's just the most beautiful natural skin glow. It looks like you're just glowing from within. Beautifulness. Layers beautifully on top of that bronzer, as we can see. Such a beautiful combination, very fresh-faced and springy. So yes, on the rest, losing things here. On the rest of my face, I can't stop using these again. They are just my go-to in the more warmer months. The Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. I do have two shades. I'm in the shade R210 and R300. I mix these pretty much half and half to get my perfect color. They are the more cool toned shades. Very lightweight, well, yes, lightweight, but very light coverage foundation. So don't buy these thinking these are gonna cover everything up. They are very sheer to light coverage. Then for concealer, my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer in the shade number 12. Again, go to concealer for that beautiful, healthy glow. And I did say I set it with the Laura Mercier. Then for eyes today, my beloved Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. I did do an entire review and 2 looks on this palette. If you're interested in the eye look I'm wearing, it is the more daytime one that I did in that video, just with a much lighter hand. So I just used a light wash of those colors for today. I am still really, really loving this, by the way. And then on my lips is the Lancome L'Absolu Lacquer in the shade 306. Just a nice lightweight little shine to my lips. I did want to compare it to my 2 other favorite creams for you guys, just for an added little bonus in here, and you can kind of see like comparison if you have one of these 2. So there we have the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. Here's the Nudstix Nudies All Over Face Color in Bondi Bae, and the Fenty Cream Bronzer in Butta Biscuit. So all very neutral. I would say that the Bondi Bae does pull more warm. However, it's beautiful with a light wash. That's not one that I can go really heavy-handed with. Whereas this is a beautiful neutral bronzer if you're looking for a neutral bronzer, and I promise you it does blend out so beautifully. It looks very scary initially, blends out beautiful. So I would say these 2 are probably the closest in like neutralness. And then Bondi Bae is definitely a little bit more on the warm side. Still neutral though. Still like it's neutral warm. But yes, so these are my two faves and new favorite. Hint, hint, alert, spoiler alert, new favorite. But yeah, so there you can see if you have any of those shades, just kind of what they look like next to one another. So just heads up for these. I would say this one dries down the most matte, and it really sets down and just kind of becomes one with your skin after it's like blended out and everything. Then this would be the like second to most matte. It's just very, it's like your skin just has skincare on it. You can just kind of feel that slight tack, but it's not tacky. And then as I didn't mention earlier, the Nudstix one kind of does have that tack all day. So just put all those in perspective for you. So yes, I'm going to continue to wear this all day so you can kind of see how it looks at the end of the night. Does it hold up against your day and the yucky raininess that is outside right now? It is about 12 o'clock because aren't we all lazy on the weekend? Does anyone else get ready, you know, early? Like in the morning, you get up early on the weekends and get ready? Are you also lazy like I am? Let me know. But yes, it is about 12 o'clock, and so I will check back in and let you know at the end of the night what this looks like, how it holds up, and all my final verdicts and thoughts on the Fenty Cream Bronzer. I'll see you in a little while. Alright guys, so end of the night here. It is 10:58 exactly, so the bronzer's been on, what, like 11 hours? Math in my head. Maggie, everybody. So as we can see here, I did, let me preface by saying I did kind of fall asleep watching a, like 48 hours with my mom. I was hanging out with my mom, and I did fall asleep on this side. And even with that, I would say that it's held up pretty nicely. It did definitely fade a little where I was, you know, lying on the pillow, but on this side, as we can see, it's still very intact, very nice. Hasn't really done much fading, doesn't move around, doesn't get any patchiness or gross, you know, like, you know, it's wearing off or anything. It's still very much intact. And it doesn't claim to be a long wear bronzer either. So I would say it is a long wear bronzer, at least on my drier skin type. Now, I don't know if you have oily skin, how it would hold up. Clearly, I'm ready for bed. But I definitely think on dry, dehydrated skin types, it's not going to go anywhere or get patchy or go crazy like that. So I do really love this bronzer. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I have been testing this out for a little while. I want to say I've worn it maybe 5 or 6 times now, and I do really love it. I do want to point out though, it does break me out. Not, you know, massive breakouts everywhere I put it, but I'm going to wake up tomorrow and have a couple of little breakouts, and I have narrowed it down. I haven't changed anything else in my routine this week other than the bronzer, so it does have to be the bronzer, unfortunately, but I love it enough that I keep wearing it. But I do want to give that little disclaimer. If you do have very sensitive skin, it might react to it. I'm not sure what ingredient wise is in here that causes that, but I probably will wake up, like I think I'm already getting, yeah, I'm getting one right here right now, and I'll probably wake up with a couple along my forehead where I put it. Nothing major that makes me stop wearing it, but it's not something that I can wear every day, like back to back. I've got to give myself a day or two to let it breathe before I can go back and put it on and, you know, break out again. I think it looks like skin. It has that beautiful radiance like skin, but it's not like glowy. It just is like that satin finish to where it looks like your skin and you've been in the sun. I am obsessed with this. I'm very glad I picked it up. It is a pricier one. I believe it is $32. at Sephora. I did pick it up during the VIB sale, so I did get my 20% off with it, but it's a pretty one. It kind of makes me want to try the blushes, but then I'm like, I break out with this, so better not. But it is really pretty, and especially if you do not have sensitive skin, you are very lucky. It's a good one. But yes, so as we can tell, it is clearly past my bedtime and I am ready for bed. But I hope you had fun hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed my little review of the Fenty Cream Bronzer in Butta Biscuit. Such a goodie, in my opinion, but I think it goes without saying, you know, if it is not in your funds to be buying or even wanting a new bronzer at this point right now, please do not spend your money on it just because I think it is stunning. I don't think anyone should ever influence anyone to buy something. I'm here to tell you, let me spend my money on it. And you feel free to buy it when you're in need of a bronzer, when you need a new one. Nobody needs like 100 bronzers, okay? Because I promise you, you can't go through them. You really can't. Learn from me. Except I don't learn from myself. But yes, I hope you had fun hanging out with me today. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and having a fantastic day wherever you are. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.